How about the NHL Expansion draft?
Yeah, no, it's quite interesting how that all went down. I don't know if you guys get to watch. I only watched bits and pieces of the awards, and they did it in Vegas, and they just said, from the Philadelphia Flyers, we choose blah blah blah, and it was great. So obviously we lost Stoner and Theodore, but we keep the other guys, which was very important. I thought,
I think that Stoner, I think that was a critical move because the money they saved there enabled them to sign Patrick Eaves for 3 more years.
That was a great sign. Yeah.
I mean, you lost the #1 draft pick when you got to the West Finals.
Right. Yeah. True.
And if they hadn't re-signed him, it would have been a disaster.
No,
I love that guy.
Yeah, no, he's great. He just always happens to be around the net and find those open.
They could have used him against Nashville.
Oh, no doubt about it. Yeah. So if we can keep him healthy, I think it's great. I'm glad that we got to keep Vatanen and those guys. So I'm happy with how it all went down and
worked out well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that the way that they've handled the expansion, the Golden Knights could be pretty good. They could be pretty good. The Kings lose McNabb. Mm-hmm. They had a decision to make, unlike the Ducks, who went with the 7-3-1.
Yeah.
They went 8 skaters, 1 goaltender, and protected 4 defensemen. And McNabb was sort of the odd man out.
So would you have done it that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think there was some debate on whether McNabb or Forbert for the Kings. So the Kings protected Forbert, Muzzin, Doughty, and Martinez. Yeah. Martinez may be getting a little long in the tooth, but solid.
Yeah,
He's solid. He's absolutely solid. And I think the thing is that, McNabb was sort of a Dean Lombardi leftover. Mm-hmm. So I think Blake and Robitaille said he was hurt in October. Yeah. He never really got back to where, he's a big, aggressive, physical hitter. That's clearly not the way the Western Conference is shaping up. You need a little more speed, a little more finesse at defense, a little more offense. And McNabb was just the odd man out. And he's young. It's hard to see him go, but not a big deal. They protected who they wanted to protect.
That's right.
They would have liked to have gotten rid of either the Brown or the Gabbert contract, but it's fine. It's fine. But they did. They picked 11th. The Kings picked 11th overall in the draft and got Gabe Velarde, a right-handed center who can also play wing, and he can score. He had 99 points in 111 Ontario League games.
That's pretty good.
6'3", he's a big kid. Good. Yeah. And then their second pick was 41st overall, which is Jared Anderson Dolan. Little guy, but apparently can just fly. Can skate.
And
he's a good
that's
skater.
key because that's what's happening in the game now is everything's getting fast.
Yeah. He was,
everybody, the Oilers.
Yeah, everybody said he was had first-round talent, but just not first-round size because of that 5'11", but his speed is elite.
That's what they need.
Excellent skater.
I wrote an article before the season started on the Kings pre-season analysis, and they had to get fast. This is what's the league's evolving, but no, they just decided Lombardi wants to stay with the grinders and the big guys and I think they're finally taking steps in the right direction.
Yeah, it looks like it. Certainly with the draft and who they protected, and it's clear that that's the direction and that's the path, and I think they're on the right track.
Before we get out of hockey, I just want to mention, you guys probably saw this, that Timo Solani and Paul Kariya made it into the Hall of Fame.
Well-deserved.
Well-deserved, yeah. Solani's he's a class act.
Class act, yeah.
This is, he's, I've never a bad thing to say about him. No things off the ice, no magazine headlines. No. He's just he could be could have been the Mike Trout for the NHL.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a real role model.
Yeah. Kariya's been very quiet. He doesn't come around too much, does he?
Who's that?
Kariya.
No, he's always been that way.
Yeah.
Always been that way.
Yeah.
I remember when he was playing with the Ducks, he was renting a room from a couple in Orange.
Really? Now he lives down here, doesn't he? He lives
I'm
local.
not sure where he is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure where he is.
Not in my neighborhood.
Yeah, or mine.
Dodgers, Angels?